Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something huge, maybe a little overwhelming even the DC Universe, and specifically we're jumping into the new history of the DC Universe, issue number 2. Now this book, it's trying to be this definitive historical document, almost like a documentary, weaving together decades of really dense DC continuity. Issue 2 picks right up after the Golden Age. We're talking the rise of modern heroes, Darkseid's invasion, big stuff, the Lord of Apocalypse threatening everything, and then the huge impact of Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the one that, collapsed all the parallel Earths into just one. Our mission today, find the coolest nuggets, the most surprising bits in here.
Yeah, it's a really unique project, and for you listening, it's a great chance to see how writers and artists wrestle with this massive, living mythology. What's really neat is how it blends art styles. You'll see bits that look like they're pulled straight from Superman, Space Age, or Batman, Dark Age. You get Flash, Aquaman, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, the Atom, the Hawks, all seen through these different lenses. It's not just cool to look at, it kind of hints maybe we'll see more age books down the line. And it makes the whole history feel more, dynamic, not just one single style.
Dynamic is a good word for it. Okay, let's get into the shifts, the changes in the lore, because that's where it gets really interesting, right? This seemed like very deliberate choices.
Oh, definitely. It's fascinating how they're reinterpreting some classic origins. Sometimes it makes perfect sense, other times it's a bit perplexing. So take Wally West, his connection to the Speed Force. The book says it's now just a freak accident.
A freak accident. But wasn't the whole point that he tried to recreate Barry Allen's experiment? That was his defining moment, kinda?
Exactly, that's the retcon. It wasn't purposeful anymore. It shifts his character, from determined legacy to maybe someone touched by chance. It's interesting. And then there's Cyborg. Huge role in the Darkseid invasion here, but he doesn't join the Justice League right away.
Right, he goes into suspended animation.
Yeah, which feels designed to bridge him better into the Teen Titans later. It gives that Titans role more weight, maybe, instead of just being a former Leaguer. The League itself forms later, too, only after Martian Manhunter, Black Canary, folks like that join up. That's different from the New 52, where they teamed up, immediately after Darkseid.
Huh, okay.
Oh, and Wonder Girl, Donna Troy. Now she's described as Wonder Woman's adopted sister.
Wow, okay. That simplifies her famously complicated history, I guess.
It certainly tries to. Given how tangled her origins have been over the years, calling her an adopted sister is, a choice.
Definitely bold moves. It sounds like they're really trying to smooth out the bumps, make these characters fit a bit more cleanly together now, without just throwing out their past. Is that the idea? Unify things.
I think so, yeah. If you look at the bigger picture, it feels like an attempt to harmonize all these different eras, make it more narratively sound. But yeah, it definitely raises new questions for you to think about. The intent seems to be building one cohesive history.
Right, but it's not just the big retcons, is it? I heard this book also throws in some deep cuts, some really surprising callbacks.
Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of the challenge, isn't it? How do you honor all that obscure history while you're building this new path? They actually do it really well. You get Robbie Reed, the H-Style kid. He shows up, looks amazing.
Checo. Nice.
Yeah. And Nightshade's origin now involves extra-dimensional stuff, which is kind of like Raven, actually. Curious parallel there. Even, get this, Mod Wonder Woman gets a little cameo.
No way! The powerless Diana Prince era.
The very same. A nod to that really debated period. And they mentioned Darkseid's evil factory. I mean, the name alone, right?
Yeah, subtle.
Totally. And even Thorn, the character with DID, gets linked to the 100 Criminal Group. So yeah, they're really making an effort to pull in details from all corners, even the weird ones. It makes it feel comprehensive.
And the timeline itself moves pretty quick through some major milestones.
Very brisk pace, yeah. It highlights key moments. That Darkseid invasion, it's framed as the big catalyst for the modern heroes uniting. Which is interesting, like you mentioned before, because the JSA fought massive threats way earlier. Why did these heroes draw Darkseid's specific attention?
Good question. Does the book say?
Not explicitly, but it sets it up that way. They need the JSA returning after being gone for a decade. They team up with the League against the Crime Champions, maybe a bit earlier than some versions. And it all leads up to Crisis on Infinite Earths as a starting point for this issue. Which makes sense, the big event that erased all the other universes, wiped memories of the multiverse for a while. Logical place to pause.
So when you boil it all down, this deep dive really shows the new history isn't just listing facts. It's actively reshaping things, putting characters and events into a new unified context.
Exactly. It's building that unified story without hopefully losing the history or the emotional weight. It makes it pretty valuable for longtime fans, I think, but also maybe a decent starting point for newcomers. Definitely leaves us wanting to see how future issues tackle the later crises, how the multiverse evolves again, and if characters like Captain Atom or Raven and the Titans get this kind of focus.
Right. So for you listening, here's something to maybe chew on. What does this constant rewriting, this reinterpretation, tell us about storytelling itself, about how these modern myths we share keep changing? And maybe think about the stories you love. Are there subtle shifts happening there too? Maybe building a whole new history right under our noses?